What if the souvenir you bought held a secret, one so dark it could destroy your life? Stay till the end for a terrifying revelation that could shake your soul forever. Inshallah. Number 10. The Shaking Dress of Anna Baker, Pennsylvania, USA. In the chilling silence of Baker Mansion, nestled in the shadowed town of Altoona, Pennsylvania, hangs an elegant Victorian wedding dress inside a sealed glass case. But this isn't just old fabric stitched with lace. This dress moves on its own. It belonged to Anna Baker, daughter of Elias Baker, a wealthy iron magnate. Anna fell deeply in love with a working-class man. Their love was true, passionate, and forbidden. When Elias discovered her plans to elope, he exploded with fury and banned the marriage. Anna, consumed by heartbreak, refused to love again. But here's where the nightmare begins. Visitors claim the dress sways and jolts violently, even in the absence of air or tremor. At times, it appears as though an invisible bride is twirling inside it. Pay attention. I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. Get ready for a shocking twist. This will blow your mind. Multiple security guards quit after witnessing the dress float for a few seconds, levitating in defiance of gravity. One swears he saw Anna's pale, transparent face, staring from the reflection in the glass, mouthing words no one could understand. But the curse doesn't stay inside the museum. Anyone who touches the glass without permission reports months of terrible luck, accidents, illness, and financial ruin. Now here's your cliffhanger. One man tried to remove the dress for repairs. He died 2 weeks later in a car crash. After reporting that the dress whispered to him the night before. Ready for more? It only gets darker from here. Number 9. The Dybbuk Box, origins unknown, found in Oregon, USA. A small wooden wine cabinet turned antique collector's dream, or demonic trap. This box surfaced on eBay in 2001, sold by a terrified man who claimed the item destroyed his life. It was labeled, "Do not open." Of course, someone did. Kevin Manis, the first buyer, described strange events immediately. Unexplained smells of jasmine and cat urine, flickering lights, shadowy figures stalking him at night. But then things spiraled into the terrifying. Everyone who owned the box fell gravely ill, experienced terrifying hallucinations, or lost their sanity. Pay attention, I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. Get ready for a shocking twist. This will blow your mind. According to Jewish folklore, a Dybbuk is a malevolent, wandering spirit that latches onto the living. This box wasn't empty. It was a cage. And the moment it was opened, the entity was free. Here's the kicker. The last known owner, museum curator Jason Haxton, buried it in an undisclosed location after claiming it caused his skin to erupt in rashes and dreams of a woman with withered eyes. But here's the final horror. The box vanished from its burial site in 2020. No one knows who has it now. It could be in a collector's cabinet or on someone's shelf, waiting to be opened again. Still think haunted dolls are the worst? Just wait. Number 8. The Terracotta Warrior Curse, Xi'an, China. In 1974, local farmers in Xi'an, China, uncovered what would become one of the most extraordinary archaeological finds in history. Thousands of terracotta warriors, buried in precise military formation. But some say, what they also unleashed was death. One farmer, Yang Jifa, helped discover the site. He became world famous, meeting presidents and posing for pictures. But behind the fame lurked devastation. Soon after, his house was demolished, his farm seized, and his family thrown into poverty. 5 of the 7 men who found the site died within a few years, some from rare diseases, others in bizarre accidents. Get ready for a shocking twist. This will blow your mind. Local lore claims the site was protected by a curse placed by Emperor Qin Shi Huang himself. These statues weren't just meant to guard him in the afterlife, they were meant to keep people out. And those who trespassed would pay the price. One archaeologist claimed to hear low, rhythmic chanting inside the sealed chambers. He died a week later. Now here's the true terror. Some tourists who took small pebbles from the site reported being haunted, suffering misfortune until the items were returned. One woman mailed her stolen souvenir back with a note. "Please forgive me, I can't sleep, I can't live." And you thought statues were lifeless? Number 7. The Black Aggie Statue, Maryland, USA. In the middle of Druid Ridge Cemetery stood a statue named Black Aggie, gray, cold, and seemingly harmless. But legend says, staring into her eyes at midnight could summon death. Originally a copy of the famous Grief statue, Black Aggie was meant as a memorial, but something went terribly wrong. Local teens dared each other to spend the night near her. Some claimed they saw her eyes glow red. Others reported being strangled in their sleep by an invisible force. Pay attention. I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. One teen who lay in her lap as a joke was found the next morning. His eyes wide open, heart stopped, face frozen in horror. Years later, paranormal investigators discovered that plants would not grow around the statue, and electronic devices failed within a few feet. But here comes the twist. A worker tried to move Black Aggie to another cemetery. Days later, he was found unconscious with deep scratches across his back, his fingernails missing. He never spoke again. Black Aggie was eventually removed and locked in a secure facility. But some say, when the wind is right, you can still hear her crying in the cemetery, looking for someone new to mourn. Number 6. The Bassano Vasi, Italy. Crafted in the 15th century, this silver vase was said to have been gifted to a young bride on the night before her wedding, but she never made it to the altar. She was found the next morning, lifeless, clutching the vase. Her final words reportedly were, "Beware, this vase carries death." It disappeared for centuries, only to resurface in 1988 with a note inside. "Beware, this vase brings death." Naturally, it sold at auction, and that's when the horror began. Every single owner died within months of acquiring the vase. Pay attention. I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. The police, unable to destroy it, allegedly buried it in an unknown location, refusing to release it to museums or collectors. One rumor claims that the Vatican intervened, ordering it sealed beneath a church foundation. But here's the twist. An anonymous letter arrived at an Italian news station in 2005, claiming the vase was stolen from the burial site and that the thief has vanished into air. Was he consumed by the curse? Or worse, did he pass it on? And remember, after number 1, we reveal a terrifying fact that connects all these cursed objects, a truth that could change how you see every antique forever. Are you brave enough to keep watching? If yes, prepare yourself for what's coming next, because the real terror is yet to begin. Number 5. The Chair of Death, Thirsk, England. In the quiet Yorkshire countryside stands an inn that tourists visit for its charm, but very few notice what's hanging on the wall. Not artwork, not a painting. A wooden chair. Dusty, ordinary. But this chair has a history so twisted it's been dubbed the Chair of Death. Built in the 1700s, the chair once belonged to a man named Thomas Busby, a convicted murderer. Right before his hanging, Busby allegedly cursed the chair, saying, "May sudden death come to anyone who dares sit here." Now here's where the darkness unfolds. Over the centuries, dozens of people sat in the chair, laughing off the legend, and they all died within hours or days, in the most horrifying ways imaginable. Some were in car crashes. Others were struck by lightning. One man fell through a roof while working construction, after joking that the curse wasn't real. Pay attention. I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. In the 1970s, the owner of the inn grew terrified after 2 RAF pilots sat in the chair and were killed later that same day. In a crash. That's when the decision was made. The chair was chained to the wall, 5 feet in the air. No one would sit in it again. But here's the spine-chilling twist. In 2004, a replica chair was accidentally placed on the floor during renovations. A tourist sat in it. Within 48 hours, he was dead. Not the original, just a replica. If the curse can copy itself, imagine what the original is capable of. Number 4. The Cursed Mirror of Myrtle's Plantation, Louisiana, USA. Deep in the moss-covered plantations of Louisiana lies a house too haunted for even the bravest thrill-seekers. Myrtle's Plantation is drenched in death, but one object inside is believed to carry a curse darker than the rest. A mirror. A simple, antique mirror. Legend says a slave named Chloe was killed after poisoning the family's children. She was hung, and her spirit never left. But when the family died, someone forgot to cover the mirror. In Southern custom, mirrors are covered after a death to prevent spirits from becoming trapped. This one wasn't, and that's when things got horrifying. Visitors report handprints appearing inside the mirror. Faces, too. Children, women, and occasionally, Chloe herself watching. But no cleaner can wipe these handprints away. Get ready for a shocking twist. This will blow your mind. One paranormal investigator brought thermal equipment. The mirror, though in a cool room, was radiating heat. Hours later, he began seeing Rick-eyed shadows at home, reflections that weren't his. Within a month, he'd abandoned his house. And the twist? The mirror is cracked. But no one knows how or when. Glass experts say it's a fracture that should have shattered the whole surface, but it holds as if something from inside is pressing to break free. If the glass ever fully breaks, will what's trapped inside finally escape? Number 3. The Women from Lem. The Goddess of Death. Cyprus. This ancient figurine, carved over 5,000 years ago in Cyprus, seems harmless. It's a stone fertility idol, nicknamed the Woman from Lem. But every museum curator who's housed her has died. The statue first came to public attention in the early 1900s, when 4 wealthy European families added it to their private collections. Each owner died under mysterious or violent circumstances, sometimes within weeks. And the deaths didn't stop. The last private owner donated it to a museum in Edinburgh, hoping the curse would end. But 2 museum staff members who handled the idol died, unexpectedly, within the year. Pay attention. I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. Some archaeologists now believe this was never a fertility idol. Instead, the figure may have been used in ritual banishments, a vessel to absorb pain, anger, or perhaps something far worse. The British Museum refused to accept the statue. To this day, no one will insure it. And here's the terrifying twist. One photograph of the idol, taken in 2012, reportedly shows a woman standing behind it, though the room was empty. She's robed, head bowed, but her face is just a void. Experts tried to digitally clean the image. The void remained. Some believe this isn't a curse. It's a prison. And every person who dies feeds what's inside. Number 2. The Crying Boy Painting, Europe. It looks innocent. Just a painting of a young boy with teary eyes. These prints were mass-produced in the 1950s and ended up in thousands of homes across Europe. But then the fires began. House after house burned down. But in every case, the crying boy painting remained untouched. Not even a scorch mark. The Sun newspaper in the UK published a headline in the 1980s. Blazing Curse of the Crying Boy. Firefighters refused to enter homes with the painting still on the walls. Pay attention. I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. Some believe the artist, Giovanni Bragolin, made a pact with dark forces, painting a real orphan who'd later die in a fire. Others say the paint contained an invisible curse trigger, activated by flame. And now, the horrifying twist. One man claimed he burned the painting to break the curse. It didn't burn. It screamed. Neighbors reported hearing the wails of a child that night. Police were called. No child was found, but the charred remains of the painting were weeping. To this day, copies resurface online. Would you hang one in your home? Number 1. The Hope Diamond, India to USA. Sparkling, enchanting, deadly. The Hope Diamond is 45 carats of deep blue fire, but its beauty hides a history of blood, betrayal, and destruction. It originated in India, once part of a sacred statue. Stolen by a French merchant, it was cursed by priests who vowed that anyone who possessed it would know death and despair. Scientists claim the curse was myth, but here's the horrifying twist. In 2007, a Smithsonian worker attempted to move the diamond. He collapsed instantly. No illness, no warning, just gone. His final words were caught on security footage. "It's watching me." And here's the final mind-shattering revelation. The final shocking fact. Each of these cursed items, from the Dybbuk box to the Hope Diamond, has been tracked by independent researchers. But one historian discovered something truly terrifying. All of these objects, at some point in the past century, were in proximity to a single mysterious figure, a man who owned, studied, or sold them. No records remain of his identity, no grave, no family. Just initials scratched into a journal found in an abandoned church in Belgium. Asi, because the next cursed souvenir could be waiting for you. If you want me to write in Misutro, image prompts, or a voiceover version, just say the word, Antriwi, Jazakallah, Payigi, for trusting me with such an important project for your channel's growth. May it bring success beyond your expectations, inshallah.